If you've ever needed a representation of the term done for, I'm pretty sure that the Craftsman GT bushings that they put in GT6000s, GT3000s, and GT5000s is pretty much about the best one that you could do. So this one is just all over the place, utterly toasted and gone. That's what the backside looks like. And that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. So today, we're going to teach you how to remove these stupid bushings and drop in bearings and make your life much better. You can buy these by a 10-pack in order to be able to do these on tons of machines over and over again. So I'll post a link in the description below. But let's go get these bushings out, because these suck to do. So here is what happens when you don't take care of your bushings correctly. See how worn out that is? That's insane. Alright, so what do we need? We got our 10-pack of bearings that we ordered up. And you might as well order a 10-pack. Once you do this mod, you're going to want to do others over and over again. So there's our 2 bearings. We've got our grinder that we're going to need. We've got our hammer. We've got our flathead. And last but not least, you're going to need some form of way to cut into the inside of the bushing. Now, you can do this by taking a hacksaw blade and putting it through and going back and forth with a hacksaw blade. If you have a reciprocating saw with a really thin blade, you could try to do it with that. But a Saber saw is probably your best bet. This one here, I've used quite a bit. I love it. I'll post a link for this particular one in the description. And it comes with a couple of blades to start off with. And I've actually used this on many projects. I'm still on the original blade, which is a pretty good testament to it. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your grinder and you're going to grind at about 180. And you need to grind the lip off. So on this bushing, you're going to have a lip that matches this one. And so you're going to grind in order to go and cut that lip off of there. So as you can see, that metal is really, really soft, and that's on purpose. It's supposed to go and be that way so that the bushing supposedly eats out rather than this. How in the world they managed to do that, I'm not quite sure. So from here, we can take our Saber saw and we can stick it down through, and we should be able to cut a straight line until we hit metal. And now we're going to flip it over and stick a screwdriver through. And I don't know if I can do this with the camera in the position it's in, but basically, you're trying to go and set the screwdriver on the inside edge on this side so that you punch through there. So we're going to set it so it lays 90 degrees to us and see if we can do this without bouncing the snot out of the camera. So we've got our edge going in. Let's see if we can break that thing free. Alright, so the Saber saw is nice and precise and stuff like that, but to be quite honest, it takes a while. For those of you that are going to complain about the speed, if you take a reciprocating saw like this little Core 20 Skill, and you drop in a Diablo demo blade, it makes it much faster to cut into this. But the problem is, you potentially can cut so fast that you cut through the side edges and ruin the rim. Use this tech tip at your own peril. There we are. So a little more sawing and a few non-YouTube appropriate words later, and there we go. That's all pulled out of there. And now all we do is just drop that in, tap it a little bit, and we're good to go, and we'll go throw it on. But first, we gotta spend 10 minutes fighting with that side. There we are. I just wanted to show you a comparison here. So this is the bushing that I managed to pop out. The other one came out, the second one came out way easier and actually came out intact. So I figured I'd show you guys what it looks like. And then this is what we're going to be dropping in. So the one thing you have to deal with is, if you look, that one's slightly more raised. And so sometimes you have to sand this just a little bit to get it to go and fit. We're going to see whether this ends up working out okay on the GT3000. On a GT6000, these fit without any modification. But we'll see. We might have to sand it just a little bit with a flap disc. So for those of you who are still watching and didn't decide to just immediately go, oh, I get it, and click out, this is why you're still watching. There's a hidden washer inside the steering knuckle that, for this to work, needs to come out of there. So now we've cleaned this up. We'll coat it with a little PB blaster to help prevent rusting. And this is really badly gouged, so it might take a few tries to be able to get this on and get this figured out. But you should be able to get it spun on like that. And put the original large washer on, and then the small thin one, and then put your C-clip on. There we are. No more horrible gouging noises. And as you can see, it's nice and tight right on there. Simple afternoon upgrade. Takes about an hour or so to do, depending on how bad the bushings are screwed up.